love me. It's time for the Steven Internet Show. It's time to have a really good time. It's time for the Steven Internet Show. Can you be my friend? Won't you be my friend? Hi, welcome to the Steven Internet Show.
Get that crap out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little Fathers Against Radical Transformation with your host, Dr. Daniel Slinger, and I am here to tell all you drug addicts what the real world is all about, okay? A lot of you drug heads don't know what the real world's all about. Well, Daddy Dr. Daniel Slinger is going to tell you guys what's going on. Here I am, live in my basement. Here we are, live in the headquarters of Dr. Daniel Slinger. We're here and we're having a real good time with everybody. And I'm going to tell you about the dangers of marijuana, along with all the other drugs that there are that are bad, that are not good for you. Because you don't want people expanding their minds. You don't want people thinking outside the box and creating art. That's the last goddamn thing, and pardon my language, that's the last gosh darn thing you would ever want ever in life. Okay, so here's the deal. I got a whole list of things going on. I got some horrific before and after footage. What else? I have quotes from some of the most crazy bastards of all time. Okay? Let's see what we got here. We got Jake Sell, Joe Hamilton, Karen Spinks Chester, Ashley Davis Markham, Patrick Kelly. Where did he go? Hank the Tank, George Biswell, R.J. Pruitt, Jenny George, Tommy Thomas Wiley. All drug addicts. All those people I just named, if you are watching this, you are probably a drug addict, because I've gone live in the Sophisticated Hoosiers page, and where they do not kink shame one, and they're very open and honest about people making conscious decisions about their own bodies. Two things I hate gosh dang worse than anything in the whole gosh dang world. I'm sorry if I get upset tonight. Let me start out with just a few little talkies about marijuana and about cannabis that you guys may not know. And I know some of you tried it here. I think I got one of the things. Terrorists have been using these. This is a Yocan battery. Terrorists have been using these. They put the bomb right in there. They put that bomb good right in there. And then they put this on a plane. Boom! It's fucking gone. The whole plane's gone. The whole town is gone. The churches, the schools. What about the kids? What are we going to do about the kids when they're getting these? This is mine, though. I'm going to take care of that. It's mine right there. Let me tell you about weed is not medicine, okay? How can it be medicine if doctors do not and cannot prescribe it? If a medical professional who gives me all of my pills and prescribes them like the Dickens, if they can't prescribe me my marijuanas, then why? Oh, is that a medicine? I don't think it is. I got to buy it from Tonto down on the street. And if you think you're going to buy good stuff from Tonto that ain't have all sorts of other drugs in it, they're always giving you free drugs. That's one thing about drug dealers that I know. They're mixing drugs. They're making drugs better. All you hear about is they're making the weed better. They're making it so that people don't feel pain anymore. What happened when we felt pain? It was good. That was a good time when we felt pain. All right, so it's not... Yeah, sure, it helps people, okay, but not at what expense? At what expense to the kids, okay? That's all I can say. At what expense? When the kids start feeling better? Oh, now your kid is being healed? Oh, that's what? Oh, your kid feels better? Not on my watch, okay? Get some pills. All right, let's see what we got on the text line. What is happening here, Angie Reichert? Angie, listen to me close, because you might need this more than most if you're asking the damn question right now. What do you need? Salvation? And when do you need it? Now? Because that's what's happening right now. All of you getting a little piece of salvation from the cannabis overlords. The marijuana overlords have taken your brains over. That's what happens when you smoke the stuff. It gets all up in your brain. Tentacles. like an octopus, and it gets you, and it gets in there, and it lathers it up, lathers your brain up, makes you think you're having a good time. The kids are having a good time. They're smoking weed on Friends. Alexis Tapia's here, Diane Elkin, Tiffany Jones, Michael Brooker, drug addict, drug addict, drug addict, drug addict. I'm in the basement. I am in the headquarters. I am in the war room. I'm doing what I need to do my part to save society. That's what I'm doing. Again, going with cannabis. Cannabis causes brain damage. There has been science that has proven that cannabis will cause the male brain to shrink as small as the female brain. Almost couldn't get that one out there. It's science. It's so troubling, I almost couldn't, gosh darn, get it out. The man's brains, after using marijuanas, will be the small as women's brain. Will be as small. I can't even say it. This has got me so dang flustered. Dankst! It's got me dankst! That's a new word for flustered. Listen, if marijuana is going to make a man's brain shrink to a lady size, what can we expect then? We worry about the kids, but we don't worry about the white men enough. If white men are doing the marijuanas, it's their brain's going to shrink to lady size. That's why we have basketball teams named the Lady Bears and the Lady Bearcats and the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Volunteers and the Lady Sabres and the Lady Huskies and the Lady fucking Wallabies. I don't fucking know. Sorry for my language. That's also some. And schizophrenia, good bedhead. And those crazy kids start early. All right, so that's the thing. Causes brain damage. Listen, America was first in the world in testing scores until we learned how to do marijuanas. And now we're 28th. Let me say it again for those of you who are high on marijuanas right now. We were first in the world, America. We were number one in all the scores of testing. And now, after we discovered marijuanas, 28th. There's only like 30 gosh dang it. There's only 30 gosh dang countries in the world. How have we done this? All right, let me take you guys on a little journey here. Causes violence. They pulled a bunch of people in jail, and they said, have you tried marijuana? And guess what? Most of them said yes. They said, hey, jailbird Jerry, you ever done the weeds? And he said, yep, I did it. Guess what? That's why he's in prison. The drug war works. The drug war works. Everyone knows it. All right. The Lady Man-Eaters. Mike Otay's in the building. Tom Roser, drug addict. All right. Now let me get on here. Causes laziness. Everybody knows that. Let me get on with the quotes here. This is one from one of you pot's head smoking fellas named Terrence Meekina. Psychedelics are illegal not because a loving government is concerned that you may jump out of a third-story window, which you will. Psychedelics are illegal because they dissolve opinion structures and culturally laid down models of behavior and information processing. They open you up to the possibility that everything you know is wrong. Why does he hate capitalism in America? Why does he hate the free market enterprise? Excuse me, Mr. McKenna, can you explain those questions to me, you goddamn redcoat? Gosh darn it, I said the damn word again. All right, so let's get this freaking pot head out of here, smoking head. This is Jesse Lawler. He was the representative in Minnesota and a wrestler. Psychedelics prove to you that there's more than one way of seeing the world. Oh, like the devil's way? That's interesting. You can see the world how I need you to see it to be in line, which is the right way, or you can see it as the devil's way. I'm confused. I'm confused. Someone help. I did too much marijuana. I'm getting an altered perception of reality. My constructs are breaking down. Was there some mushrooms in this weed? Was there some mushrooms in this sweet? Sorry. I lost myself for a moment. All right. I don't know this man they call Daniel Slinger. You're right, Jenny George Elgin. I've tried to help you numerous times. Jenny George Elgin did not do my hair, Rico Santa Cruz. All right, you guys can all get over it. Let's go on to the next one. Al, never heard of this. This guy does not sound American. Never heard of this fella before. Al, call him Al. Al Hux. Al Huxtable. Like a good fucking man. Huxtable. The man who comes back through the door in the wall will never be quite the same as the man who went out. He will be wiser but less sure, happier but less self-satisfied, humbler in acknowledging his ignorance, yet better equipped to understand the relationship of words to things, of systematic reasoning to the unfathomable mystery which he tries forever vainly to comprehend. What is he saying? A bunch of fandy-dandy schmandy words over there trying to say, oh, I'm trying to figure out life. Guess what? Here's life. Pay your goddamn taxes. Put your everyone you love in a home at some point, because that's just the right thing to do. We have to do it at this point. And third, don't get any tattoos, because you're an asshole if you got some tattoos. I'm sorry. I'm breaking it all down for you guys. In my war room tonight. Let's get on to this next one. Because I feel like I am breaking through to you people tonight, and it feels good. Caitlin Thompson says, and this sounds like a woman's name, so I don't know how this got even on the list. There's this illusion that science and spiritual practices are separate. I actually don't think that's true. I kind of tend to agree with her here because she's talking about having religion in government, and my religion is the correct religion. So if we could go ahead and run the government with my religion, everything would be pretty good. Everything would be working out all right. Everything would be just fine. If there's this illusion that science and spiritual practices are separate, I actually don't think that's true. I don't know. Don't think about it too long, though. You'll be thinking like a hempo. Alexander Shogolin. There is a wealth of information built into us, tucked away into the genetic material in every one of our cells. Without some means of access, there is no way to even begin to guess at the extent and quality of what there is, of what is there. The psychedelic drugs allow exploration of this interior world and insights into its nature. Does that sound like something you want to do? Does that sound like something that's appetizing, exploring new worlds, figuring out new ways to understand yourself and the universe? That sounds tragic. That sounds like something I wouldn't want to do. I'd rather watch Channel 11 movies. I'd rather watch Jean-Claude Van Damme kick some goddamn ass. Okay? Jean-Claude Van Damme. One more? I got one more. Here we go. Our buddy Rick Doblin. Psychedelics are not a substitute for faith. Thank you very much, my man. He gets it. They are a door to authentic faith. And that's not true. He's wrong right there in the next sentence. Born of encountering directly the sacred dimension of everyday experience. This is not the only gate to that discovery, but it is the most ancient and universal, and potentially the most accessible to the majority of the human race. What the shit? Who put this quote up there? This guy sounds like a Nazi. I said it. I'll be the first guy to say it. He sounds like a Nazi. I think that's Hitler. Was that Hitler with that? All right. Now I'm going to do some gruesome. Let me get back to the cam only here. I got to run my own stuff here. I'm a one-man operation. What I'm about to show you is going to be gruesome. I want you to put the children in their cages, and I want you to tell the women to go to bed. Tell them to go to their single bed that they sleep in, preferably in a different room, and tell them to go to sleep. This is for the men. This is for the men to tell the women and children, because these images are too gruesome for anyone to see. Okay? I warned you. Don't say you haven't been warned, because you have. These are gruesome before and after photos. I'm going to show you the first one. Don't be alarmed. Don't puke. Here's Chachi. This is little Chachi. He was a good little pup. He listened to his puppy parents. He went to school. He got a good education. He fell into the wrong crowd. And this is what he looks like now. Cover your eyes. Cover your eyes. This is Chachi now. Look at him. He's wearing the gold chains that they like to wear. His eyes are obviously trying to escape from his gosh darn head. Because when you do, this is from one marijuana. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. This pup had a future. This is the before. This is what little Chachi looked like before. Beautiful little pup. Here he is after. I don't have words to explain what happened to this poor future of this little pup. I'm going to keep going here. Look at this guy or gal, happy as the day is long. Hey, little pup, what'd you do today? Oh, you chased some balls and you had fun with some sticks. You had some new smells and you just lived life like it was supposed to be lived at a real calm, cool, even climate. And you don't try to change things up, and you love every day that's been given to you because it's a blessing, and that's what you do, little puppy. And you don't try to alter your rationale and try to think outside the box. You just live in the same constructs your parents taught you. Is that what you want to do? Well, guess what? He didn't do that. He got on dab weed. Now look at him. He was on dab weed, and this is his mugshot. He was picked up. He's humping random homeless guys' legs and girls. Homeless, hey, the homeless, they don't discriminate. This is him now. Is this where you want to be? I'm going to show you the before. Oh, hey, what's up? Look at this dog. Look what drugs do to people. Look at that dog. You see that dog right there on that screen? Do you see that dog?
Yeah.
See him? Now watch this. Keep looking. Oh, hold on. That's what drugs did to that dog. What do you think?
Cool.
Cool? Why is that? Do you think that's cool?
Yeah, it's funny.
Drugs are bad, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, thank you. You've been very good.
And don't ever eat dogs.
Don't ever eat dogs. Thank you very much. It's been... No. I'll be out in a minute. Thank you, son. Thank you. Thank you, son. Jeez Louise. Don't ever eat dogs. Don't ever eat dogs. Especially ones that look like this. Now I'm going to hit you with the last one here. This one is the most terrifying. This is little longhorn steer for breakfast. I know it's a weird name, but they call it. He's a King Cavalier Charles Spaniel. They called him King Charles. Here he is, little King Charles. This is actually my dog. I got him when he was a little puppy. I loved him. I used to rub his eyeballs. He used to love when I rubbed his eyeballs. It was weird, a weird dog, but he liked it just like a nipple, just like some people like their nipples rubbed. He would like me to rub, just as he'd like me to get my finger real dry and rub it right there on his eyeball. All right, now this brings no joy to my heart to show you this after picture of my poor little pooch, but he fell on hard times, and here he is. Here he is now. Please don't look away. There's my puppy now. Look at him. What happened to you? What happened? What? What? That's what drugs do to you, people. This is what drugs do to you, okay? This is what they do. Guys, I hope I can get. It's the end of the show. I can't take it anymore. This ruined me. This ruined me. Guys, let me show you. I'm going to show you my. This is Fathers Against Radical Transformation, Dr. Dan Slinger. Feel free to email me. Email me at Hoosier Sophisticate. I've taken over. Drugs are bad, and don't eat dogs. Thank you, and have a good night.